My child, Jesus calls upon his people with a heart full of love, grace, and mercy, extending his blessings to all who seek him with sincerity and faith. His voice echoes through time, calling each individual into his divine embrace, offering rest to the weary, hope to the hopeless, and strength to the weak. His blessings are boundless, reaching beyond human understanding, touching lives in ways both seen and unseen. He speaks peace to troubled hearts, calms the storms of life, and brings joy where there was sorrow. His call is not limited to a select few, but extends to all who open their hearts to him, seeking his presence and guidance in their daily lives. The love of Jesus is unwavering, an eternal promise to those who walk in his ways. He invites all to lay down their burdens, assuring them that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. He knows the struggles, the pain, and the challenges faced by each soul. Yet his blessings surpass them all, bringing restoration and renewal. His words are life, illuminating the darkest paths and leading his children into righteousness. Those who heed his call find themselves wrapped in his divine protection, shielded from the snares of the enemy and strengthened by his unchanging presence. Jesus blesses abundantly, providing for the needs of his people, both spiritually and physically. He satisfies the hungry, quenches the thirsty, and comforts the brokenhearted. His love is the source of all goodness, flowing like a river that never runs dry. Those who trust in him find that their cups overflow, not just with material blessings, but with the richness of his grace, peace, and joy. He is the provider, the healer, the refuge in times of trouble. No one who calls upon his name is ever left alone, for he is near to all who seek him with a contrite heart. In the presence of Jesus, there is fullness of joy. His blessings transform lives, turning mourning into dancing, despair into hope, and fear into faith. He reaches out with compassionate hands, lifting the downtrodden, restoring the lost, and bringing salvation to all who believe. His voice whispers comfort in the darkest hours, assuring his children that he will never leave them nor forsake them. His blessings are not just for today but extend into eternity, securing a place for his beloved in his everlasting kingdom. The blessings of Jesus are immeasurable, flowing like a fountain that never ceases. He provides peace that surpasses understanding, joy that endures through trials, and love that never fails. His presence is a constant source of strength, guiding his people through every season of life. No storm is too great, no burden too heavy, for he walks beside those who trust in him. He calls each one by name, knowing every detail of their lives, and leads them into paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Faith in Jesus unlocks the doors to his blessings. Those who trust him wholeheartedly find that he is faithful beyond measure. His promises never fail, his love never wavers, and his grace is always sufficient. He teaches his people to walk in faith, to trust in his perfect timing, and to rest in his unchanging word. Every trial becomes a testimony, every challenge an opportunity for his glory to be revealed. His blessings are not always seen in the way the world expects, but they are always present, working for the good of those who love him. Jesus calls his followers to live in the abundance of his blessings, not merely for themselves, but to be a light to others. He pours out his goodness so that his children may share his love with the world. The blessings received are meant to be extended to others, spreading his kindness, compassion, and mercy to all. He blesses so that his name may be glorified, so that his love may be known, and so that his kingdom may be established in the hearts of many. His blessings are not dependent on human efforts, but on his boundless grace. He does not measure worthiness as the world does, but looks at the heart. The humble, the meek, the faithful, these are the ones who receive his richest blessings. He exalts those who walk in humility, honors those who seek righteousness, and grants peace to those who trust in him. His ways are higher than human ways, his thoughts beyond human comprehension, yet his blessings are always perfect, always timely, always sufficient. In times of need, Jesus remains the ever-present help, the unshakable foundation upon which his people stand. He blesses not only in prosperity but also in times of testing, refining hearts, strengthening faith, and drawing his children closer to him. Even in trials, his blessings abound, for he works all things together for good. He turns ashes into beauty, brings light out of darkness, and makes a way where there seems to be none. His power is limitless, his love unfailing, and his blessings everlasting. Jesus' blessings are not confined to worldly riches, but extend to the deeper needs of the soul. He gives peace in turmoil, joy in suffering, and strength in weakness. He satisfies the longing heart, fills the empty soul, and brings fulfillment that nothing else can provide. His love is the greatest blessing of all, an unbreakable bond that secures his people for eternity. He calls each one to abide in him, to walk in his ways, and to experience the fullness of his joy. The invitation of Jesus is open to all. He stands at the door and knocks, waiting for hearts to welcome him in. His blessings are ready to be poured out upon those who believe, who seek him diligently, and who walk in his truth. His love knows no bounds, his mercy has no end, and his grace is more than sufficient. He calls his people to trust in him, to lean not on their own understanding, but to acknowledge him in all their ways, and he will direct their paths. As the Good Shepherd, Jesus leads his flock with tenderness and care. He provides green pastures and still waters, restoring the soul and guiding in paths of righteousness. His blessings are found in his presence, where there is no lack, no fear, and no condemnation. He removes burdens, lifts up the weary, and gives rest to the soul. His love never fails, his faithfulness endures, and his blessings remain forever. The heart of Jesus is filled with compassion, reaching out to the lost, the broken, and the weary. He longs to bless, to heal, and to restore. His hands are always extended in invitation, ready to embrace those who come to him. No one is beyond his reach, no life too broken to be made whole. His blessings are for all, without partiality, given freely to those who believe in him. His love is the greatest gift, the most precious treasure, the source of all true blessings. Those who walk with Jesus experience blessings beyond measure. He fills their lives with purpose, meaning, and joy. He provides for their every need, strengthens them in times of trouble, and leads them in the way of everlasting life. His presence is their greatest reward, his love their deepest comfort, and his grace their most abundant supply. He calls each one to draw near, to seek him wholeheartedly, and to receive the overflowing blessings he so freely gives. The blessings of Jesus endure forever. They are not fleeting or temporary, but are rooted in his eternal love. He calls his people to trust in him, to abide in him, and to live in the abundance of his grace. His blessings are not just for this life, but for eternity, securing a place in his kingdom where there is no sorrow, no pain, and no end to his goodness. He invites all to come, to receive, and to walk in the fullness of his blessings now and forevermore.